Now, I won't go further with this one on how to obtain reliability because Sir Reginald will be discussing this. Pero ito yung different methodology. Pag sinabi nating test-retest, inuulit lang the same type of test na binigay mo. It might be after 1 week, after 3 days, pero yun pa rin ang ibibigay mong exam. Pag the same ang result, that is, there is consistency doon, reliable doon. Pag nabi naman natin parallel or equivalent test, dalawa siyang test, no? Pero magkaiba ang format, pero ang content nila ay almost the same. Different test sila, pero ang objective ay the same. Para makita natin kung titingnan natin kung magkatulad sila ng result. Parallel sila, that's why they are also being called as equivalent. Kung sa Kuder-Richardson to, pinagko-compare ang previous result at saka yung present result ng exam. Statistical. Kapag hindi naman present yung previous result, ang ginagamit ay Cronbach alpha. Ito po i-explain ni Sir Parales for us or for all of you to understand it. Medyo lobat na ako nag-appear na. And the split half po, ito naman ang odd even. May mga exam tayong binibigay ng set A, set B. Yun, magkakaiwalay. Set A, set B sila. Ito sa group A, ito sa group B. That is a split half. Pero the same type of exam na hinati lang sa lahat. So, this is the different methods on how to obtain reliability. Test-retest, parallel or equivalent, Kuder-Richardson, split half, or Cronbach. Okay, let us see the two questions here. The reliability test can be improved. Paano daw may improve? By various factors. One of these is blank, in which scores are spread over a range. 1, pwede daw improve kapag ang naging objective sa scoring. B, kapag naging moderate lamang ang item ng difficulty. C, kapag nag-increase ang number of score items. At D, kapag nagkaroon ng heterogeneous grouping of students. So, saang apat na yan na options na pwedeng pataasin ang reliability? Meron tayong smiley, di thumbs up ulit. Ready? Tingnan natin, patunayan natin kung talagang thumbs up. Okay, the answer is letter C. Letter C po, which is clap tayo dapat. Bakit kaya? Kasi pag objective ang scoring, halimbawa, objective type of test, nagbigay ka lang doon, 10 items lang siya. Objective na, madaling kuhanin. Hindi naman tataas ang reliability doon kung lagi nyo naman yun ang score. Tataanin mo, lalo pa kung ang objective scoring kahit pa siya 10 items, 20 items, the same siya. So, paano magiging more reliable siya? Moderate item difficulty. Pag pinadali mo ng exam, di mas madaling makuha. Lahat ng tao makukuha yun. So, hindi siya basis ng reliability. Lalo na kapag heterogeneous. Pag sinabi kasing heterogeneous, iba-iba ang level. May marunong, may mahina, may magaling. So, iba-iba ang resulta. No? So, maybe the most factor that we can consider is you have to increase the number of score items. Kasi kapag 10 items lamang, 100% kayang-kayang kabisahin ng bata ang sagot niyan, 10. Pero pag ginawa niya yung 50, 70, ay hindi nila kayang kabisahin yan. Reliable kung ano ang magiging answer dyan. So, better increase the number of score items to make it, to test more on reliability. Okay, so that is the correct answer. Letters increase number of scores. Now, let's move to another topic. Medyo nahapyawan ko na ito kanina, no, in test construction. Formal and informal. We call it formal kapag in standardized ang test. These are made by expert under a certain condition and given commercially. Even the checking is also in a certain standard condition also. So, yung mga different professional examinations that we used to have sa LET or BLEF, bar exam, the NAT, and the SAT, and everything, yan po'y kasama sa formal. Pero if we make it informal, intended for the students only, and we want to find out the needs of our students, like the classroom test, the teachers used to give quizzes, quarterly examination, or assessment, yan po ang mga informal. These are being used by the students and made by the teachers which are intended for the students, not commercialized. Pero kapag siya commercialized, intended for the community, halos lahat, pwedeng kumuha niya, nagbabayad pa sila sa exams, no? Ito po ang standardized tests which are made by experts and considered formal. Okay. So let us try to apply the formal or informal type of test. The question is, what is an advantage or what is the advantage of teacher-made tests over those standardized tests? Ano daw yung advantage? A, they are more reliable. B, they are better to the needs of the students. C, they are more valid. D, they are more objectively scored. Heart ang nakikita ko. Heart. Uy, merong smiley. Ayan. Smiley again. Okay, the answer is letter B, heart. They are better to the needs of the students. No? Hindi naman siya more reliable. Hindi din siya more valid. At hindi naman laging objectively scored kasi merong objective. Okay? So the answer is letter B. Let's proceed to the next question. Kung meron pa tayong question dyan. Now, for what purpose would a teacher use a standardized test? Bakit nga ba kailangan gumamit ng standardized test? A, to give a quiz. B, to give a final examination. C, to give a chapter test. D, to compare students against national average. Answer, please. Wala pa nagsasagot. Action. Okay, smiley. Ayun. Nag-reveal na. Si Ma'am Bell ay na talagang sumayaw. Kung na lang sasayaw dito. Okay, the answer is letter D. We are using standardized tests because we want to compare the students against national norms. Kaya nga standard no? Siyempre, pag sinabi natin teacher-made test, is lang final exam or check. Very easy questions. Everyone got the correct answer. Let's proceed. Let us try to have this now. Now, when you are about to make a test, of course, lagi natin i-consider ang objectives dyan, yung topic. There are 3 important topics that we have to consider here, or 3 important domains, no? We have the cognitive, the affective, and psychomotor. And I'm pretty sure everyone is very familiar. Meron tayong mga key word here, acronym. One is cognitive under Benjamin Bloom, yung KC-APANSE. No? Ayan, para madaling tandaan. KC-APANSE. Bakit kaya KC-APANSE? K stands for knowledge. C stands for comprehension. A stands for application. Another A stands for analysis. That's a PAN, no? And then S stands for synthesis. And D stands for evaluation. Ano ba pagkakaiba nito? Ito yung makikita natin, particularly doon sa TOS pag gumagawa tayo ng table of specification. Pag purely kasi sa knowledge ang tinatanong, ang mga question natin ito yung who, what, where, when. It's a simply recall. Nagre-recall lang kayo. Where do you live? No? How old are you? Or definitely kung anong information ang gusto nyong itanong. Yung mga question na sa definition, sa identification, sa true or false, yan, kasama yan doon sa mga ano natin. Pero pag comprehension naman, there is no understanding. You can explain it by your own words. Pwede kayo mag-rephrase ng isang statement na gamit ang inyong salita. That is based on your understanding. But if you can already apply the concept or the one or the principle that you are talking about, application, like for example, meron tayo sa mathematics. Nagkaroon kayo, tinuruan kayo on how to add integers or subtract integers. So, nandun kayo and you were able to explain how to do it, no? The addition or subtraction, the mathematical operation. Then, you try to compute it now. There is already application. Yun ang application. Now, even the subject and the predicate. No, dun sa una, dinefine nyo lang ang subject, dinefine nyo ang predicate as part of a sentence. Pero nung time na ngayon, ni-explain nyo ano ba yung subject, ano ba ang predicate, based on your understanding. So that is comprehension. But when you are about to write a sentence, na ito yung subject, ito yung predicate, na meron na kayong application. But when you are scrutinizing or depicting, dito sa sentence na to, alin ba yung subject, alin ba yung predicate, nag-a-analyze ka na. May analysis ka na. So that is a part of analysis. And when you put together, there are several verbs, several nouns, several subjects, several predicates, and you put them together, gumagawa ka until you form a paragraph or a sentence, nasa part ka na ng synthesis. That is synthesis, putting together. And when you have the evaluation, tama ba yung ginawa mo? Then you have now to make judgment out of it. But basically, from Benjamin Bloom, his student make revision. Ni-revise niya siya. Ito na yung Rua Panek. No? Yung R, yung knowledge dati, naging remembering. Yung comprehension, naging understanding. Yung application, naging applying. Yung analysis, naging analyzing. And there is a switching. Yung evaluation, naging kasunod ng analyzing. But the last part is creating. Bakit nagkaganon? Yung noun, dati, naging noun pa rin siya as ing form, pero verb ang dating niya. To make it more active and to make it more vivid. Because when we talk of cognitive aspect, hindi lang siya nakastuck sa knowledge natin. But they are also connected to our affective side and psychomotor side. So, in that manner, we use the ing form of the verb. Naging ing siya. And take note, it is creating at the last. Bakit? Because every time we used to finish the cycle or the process itself, we are producing or creating new ideas, new topics, new things. So that makes it the last one. So from remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, creating, that is how the knowledge are being developed mentally within our mind. Yun ang mental process from the lower level to the higher level. Alin ang lower level? Starting po sa remembering hanggang applying. Pero pag dumating na kayo sa analyzing, evaluating, creating, ibang usapan na yan. Nasa higher order thinking skills na tayo. Pumapasok na yung analytic and critical thinking of every student. Okay? So, yan mismo po, yung mismong cognitive domain, lumalabas po yan sa table of specification. Because you want to find out anong type of test ang ibibigay ko. Kung ibibigay mo identification, definition, fill in the blanks, yan po ay mostly saan yan? Sa knowledge ka lang. But if you want to explain it, as a comprehension ka. Pero sa application, depende yan sa problem solving or ano natin. Now, when you give a problem solving, pumapasok na ang analysis to. Nasa analysis. Multiple choice is very good. No? Multiple choice doesn't belong to lower order thinking skills only. But rather, it's a big challenge on our part. If we have done the multiple choice, very good, maganda ang mga options at questions nyo, that can hit the higher order thinking skills from analyzing hanggang sa creating. See? So that is a cognitive aspect. Huwag mong kalimutan si Benjamin Bloom, ha? Diba po ng kanyang estudyante si Lauren Anderson. Let's have the affective side. Konting review lang na affective. Puso ang nakalagay. Meaning, you are after with the attitude, behavior, and values of the student. Ito kay David Crawford. Ang development ng estudyante o ng tao ay hindi lang sa isip, no? It should also go down to the level of your heart. So, how do you develop it? How would you develop your attitude? Simply, una muna, you must have awareness. Ito yung receiving. It can be in the form of reading, listening, observing to other people, coming from your own parents, coming from the teacher, or coming from the different books that you are reading or watching from the internet or anything. Now, once you react on it, you have your reaction. That is already a part of responding. May responding na tayo. And when you are about to use it, no, kung ano man yung value, let's say honesty, pinractice mo yung honesty mo, sasabi ka ng totoo kay mami mo, na ganyan, ka ng mga secrets mo sa kanila or anything, or you have seen something which is not yours, you have to return it. You are valuing now the certain value that you have gained. So, yun na ang valuing, giving importance to it. But to organize it, more it is you have to set your priority. Marami kang values sa sarili mo. But once you have to set these values as part of yourself, which is your first priority, kailangan ko itong matutunan. I have to tell my classmates that honesty is very important. And I can even write a book about honesty. And I can read more books and even attend seminar about this kind of values that I want to develop, whether it is honesty or leadership. Now, until finally the time will come that you will see yourself, that you were able to develop that certain character within you. It has been a part of your system. You are really an honest person. As an honest person and honest educator, that can be throughout your life. That became a part of your character. So from simply receiving, going to responding, and giving importance, which is valuing, and try to be making a part of yourself as as you organize it as set priority, that will be developed as part of your character. That is effective to be my daily practice. Attitude, values, and lastly here, which is, you cannot have this without this one, because this is more on psychomotor. Ayan na, hands na ang nakikita nyo. Now, basically, mayroong 4 yan eh. By Kendall Simpson, the OIPA. Yung OIPA means observing, imitating, practicing, adapting. Pero yan po ay halos katulad din ng IMPAN ni R.H. Dave. IMPAN means imitation, manipulation, precision, articulation, naturalization. Paano ba to? Dito po, yung sa observation, gumagamit lang kayo ng inyong mga senses. Pinapanood nyo lang. No? Tinitingnan nyo, halimbawa, how to operate a computer or how to operate a certain cell phone. Noong una, hindi mo pa alam. So you are just watching someone which is knowledgeable others. And then finally, you are starting to hold the cell phone or the computer or even a bike. Kung ano gusto nyo matutunan. That is already an imitation which turned to be a manipulation. Sa imitation, observation pa lang kayo. Pero pagdating nyo sa manipulation, gumagana na hindi lang mata or different senses, but even your hands. Nagiging hands-on na kayo. Until finally, you want to make your things perfect. Meron kayong guide na maging perfect ang ginagawa nyo. That is, you want to make it perfect. That is a part of precision. Now, once you have done it by yourself, marunong na kayo gumamit ng computer, ng cellphone, or mag-bike, or anything that you want to do, or even in writing, or something that you want to perform. That is a part of precision, articulation. You are trying to make a new strategies on how to do it, exploring it, or even in dancing. Nung dance, una, step mo lang is step 1 is step 2 eh. Until the time na matuto ka, you have your own style of dancing. You have your own style of doing that particular thing. So that is an articulation. Yung combination na ng skills. Then the time will come that without knowing it, that kind of activity that you are performing, you are already adept with it. Learned na kayo. That became a part of a natural individual. Your own individuality. Alam nyo na. Kasi, even without the knowledgeable other, even without the código, even without observing it, nagiging automatic na sa sarili mo. You know it already. And that is a part of naturalization. Dati, humitingin lang ako, nanonood, tapos unti-unti kong ginawa, that is manipulation. Pinag-aralan ko step by step na marang matutunan ko. At tapos ini-apply ko, gumawa pa ako na ibang strategy on how to do it, articulation, until finally I became expert to it. And that is a part of naturalization. All of them, that can develop a holistic individual. Hindi pwedeng mind lang. Psychomotor and affective, they always need cognitive. Hindi ka pwedeng magturo ng psychomotor affective na wala ang cognitive. Kaya sila ay magkakasama. Development of the mind, yan, kung anong naiisip mo, siyempre, bago ka gumawa ng judgment mo, pupunta yan sa puso kasi may value. Tama ba o hindi tama ang gagawin ko? Saka pag nalaman mo ng tama, then you have to do it. Andyan na yung psychomotor. So, we have the mind, the heart, and the body roll into one, the development of a certain individual holistic assessment. Okay? So, let's move now. I hope naintindihan nyo kahit konti-konti, ha? Let us try to get sacrifice for it. So, let's have a question on that. To formulate a 5-item imperfect matching type of test, it is a test item and level of what cognitive to bring. Formulate 5 items, ha? A, is it creating? B, analyzing. C, self-system thinking. D. Evaluation. Okay, heart. Okay, heart. Okay, clap your hands. So, let us see. Let us reveal kung ano nga ba ang tamang sagot. Dito, formulate 5 items. It is creating. Kasi formulation nag-formulate kayo ng 5 item imperfect matching type of a test. Kumbaga, naintindihan nyo na siya. No? From the lowest level, na alam nyo na yung mga exams na yon, na you are about to create or formulate a 5 item imperfect matching type. That is a part of creating. Okay? Bakit hindi analyzing? Analyzing is you have to break down the concept Bakit hindi evaluation? Magkakaroon ka ng judgment doon. Self-thinking is lang, no? So, formulating is creating a new, which is a 5 item imperfect. Second one, eto na may term. Paraphrase. No? Paraphrase the first stanza of results. My last farewell. Call for what? A. Analyzing. B. Understanding. C. Evaluating. D. Applying. Heart. Heart ang nakikita ko. Uy, may wrong. Smiley. So, tingnan natin kasi ang daming heart nga ba? Answer reveal. Okay, it is understanding. Why understanding? Kasi paraphrase. You have to explain it in your own. Ayan, gusto mag-explain ni Ina. Yes, Ina. Sige lang, Ina. Gusto ko makadinig ng boses ng student natin. Miss Ina?
Try ko po ma-explain.
Sige po. Nakikinig po ako.
Ano po kasi, yung from the word pong paraphrase, ibig sabihin, ano po ba yung understanding mo sa my last farewell? So, yun yung understanding mo kung ano po ba yung my last farewell ni Rizal. So, it means po nasa level po siya ng understanding.
Very well said, Nina. That's very good. Tama po, kasi paraphrase Pag paraphrase, ikaw na sa sarili mo yan, paano mo siya i-explain based on your understanding. And that is a very good answer. So, almost all, meron lang akong nakitang naligaw kanina, naka-smiley. Bakit kaya applying? Di applying. Pag applying, meron kang concept or principle na inia-apply mo into another context or another situation. Wala naman tayong judgment na ginawa at wala rin naman tayong bin-breakdown na concept. Okay, next. Next one is that. Now, this is another question. How would you rate students' ability to reason out logically? Is a question to test the ability of what? How would you rate students' ability to reason out logically? Is a question to test the ability to what? A. Engage in metacognition. B. Analyze. D. Do self-system thinking. And D. Evaluate. Mga heart ang nakita ko. Ay, may clap. Clap your hands. May heart again. So, let us see what is the correct answer here. Uy, may humabol pa. Okay, the correct answer is letter B. Analyze. Take note, no? Kapag nag-analyze tayo, nag-reason out tayo, parang cause and effect yan When you break the concept, ito yung cause, ito yung effect, analyze mo. So, you have to take out logically. Some metacognition kasi, you go beyond thinking. Ang pinag-uusapan dito, beyond thinking, no? So, balikan natin yung evaluate, wala naman judgment. Self-system thinking, sa pag-isip mo lang sa sarili. So, therefore, it is reasoning out, then there should be what? Breaking of concept with the cause and effect, there is an analysis. Okay, the correct answer is letter B, the heart. Next one.